Our national anthem from the Wildcat Arena. Getting started a little bit later than normal. The junior varsity game ran a little bit long, Brian. Now we're about to have the starting lineups. The Lady Wildcats coached by Jill Pruden, assisted by David Scott, along with Barry Beeler and L.C. Wilson. The Farragut Admirals tonight are coached by their coach. He is Mike Driver, assisted by Wes Edmonds and Jennifer Eidmiller. As the starting lineups are being introduced, the first starter is Stephanie Torrance. She's a 5'7 junior. She'll be playing the wing tonight. Also starting for Farragut will be number 12, Brittany Doss, 5'4 junior guard as well. So far, two smaller type players that we're not used to seeing that after going to Ohio. Also starting tonight for Farragut will be number 23, Jennifer Rutherford, 5'6 junior wing. At the post position for the Farragut Lady Admirals will be number 24, Allison Bossy, 5'9 senior post player. And the fifth starter tonight for the Farragut Admirals will be number 33. That'll be C.J. Dake, a 5'9 senior. And you know, Brian, after going to Ohio for the last several weeks and coming back here, this is the shortest basketball team that we've faced in a long time. No 6-footers. I don't know if the Lady Wildcats can stand prosperity like that.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, looking at the rosters for the teams we played up in Ohio, you know, when we played the Lakota West Lady Firebirds, they had 4 people averaging 6 foot on their roster. So Lady Wildcats really saw a lot of height while they were up in that tournament. You know, looking at Lady Admiral's starting lineup, you know, they're only averaging about 5'9" as their tallest player. The other ones are below 5'8", 5'7" range. So Lady Wildcats hopefully can take advantage of that today.
Starting lineups are being introduced. The Lady Wildcats will be starting Autumn Gibson. She'll be playing a wing position along with kind of a wing slash post position. Reagan Thompson also gets to start tonight for the Lady Wildcats. Starting at the post position for the Lady Wildcats will be Kiara Johnson. The point guard tonight will be Courtney Jones. And also starting tonight for the Lady Wildcats, a senior. That'll be Tiffany Johnson. She'll be on the wing. Lady Wildcats, and we pointed out many, many times, Oak Ridge only has one senior on this roster, which really bodes well for the future. See Dr. Caldwell sitting up in the stands there, Brian. Dr. Caldwell was one of the several fans that made it up to Ohio with us, and right now I'm honestly kind of surprised at the size of the crowd. It's Oak Ridge and Farragut, but it's just kind of an average crowd. I know the boys game will follow, and it is a Thursday night. I would have expected a bigger crowd at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely right. You know, a big district ball game for the Lady Wildcats and Wildcats here, opening up the 2008 season here back at the Wildcat Arena. You know, you would expect a lot of people to come out and make this ball game, but you know, usually girls games really don't have that many fans. But hopefully the fans can start trailing in here.
About to get set here from the Wildcat Arena. Our only ball game this week. We'll be back in action on Tuesday. We'll play the Campbell County Cougars. That'll be right back here at the Wildcat Arena. Lady Wildcats wearing their all-white jerseys with cardinal and black trim, while the Farragut Admirals wear their all navy blue with silver and white trim. The jump for Farragut will be number 4, Stephanie Torrance. The jump for the Lady Wildcats will be Reagan Thompson. We're about to get set. You might have heard Coach Pruden say, "Get up, Ray," and the official says, ball game is underway, and the ball is up, controlled by Farragut. They've got it. Top of the circle to Stephanie Torrance. She swings the ball to the left side. They shoot a 3 to start the ball game. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Courtney Jones. Courtney Jones has trouble with it and sets the ball down the floor. Works the dribble into the free throw line. Lost the handle of the basketball, and Farragut grabs it and knocks it out of bounds. The Oak Ridge basketball side court. Lady Wildcats moving left to right as we start here in the first quarter at the Wildcat Arena. To work the ball in will be Tiffany Johnson. And it comes to Courtney Jones. Works around a screen by Kiara Johnson all the way to the left. Drives along the baseline. Pulls up, shoots. No good. Kiara Johnson on the rebound. No good. Reagan Thompson gets it. Goes back for the shot. No good. The ball is knocked away by Farragut. Lady Wildcats had several opportunities. Couldn't get anything to fall. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Courtney Jones to work the ball in. And it comes to Kiara. Top of the circle. Around the left side it goes. Autumn Gibson down to Tiffany Johnson to Reagan Thompson for 3. It's on its way. It's up. No good. Rebound to Farragut. Coming away with the basketball, number 33. C.J. Dake, and they bring the ball down the floor with the pass to Doss. Doss works it out here to Torrance. Stephanie Torrance drives in, pulls up, shoots. On its way, no good. Long rebound, tracked down, Kiara Johnson. Johnson with the basketball quickly to Courtney Jones. No score in the ball game. We've played about a minute. Reagan Thompson to Courtney, looks inside at Kiara, turning, spinning, driving, kicking it out to Johnson. Tiffany for 3. It's on its way, no good. Rebound to Farragut. So far, the Lady Wildcats haven't been too sharp with their shooting from the outside.
Yeah, exactly right. Two perimeter shots for Lady Wildcats, one right after the other. Struggled to get both of them fall. Lady Wildcats need to try to set up their inside offense.
Lady Wildcats had a fast break opportunity there, but let it get by the board as they throw the ball away. Not a great start for either team. We've played a minute 13 and no score in the ball game as Courtney comes out of the ball game. Quisha McClanahan, coming off of a very fine tournament up in Ohio, had 22 points, I believe, against Lakota West. As the Wildcats steal the inbounds, Reagan Thompson has it, and she lost it. Taken away by Farragut. Boy, it looks like a comedy of errors to start the ball game as the Lady Admirals throw the ball away. Back the other way it comes to Quisha McClanahan inside of Reagan Thompson. Layup left-handed off the glass. Good. Lady Wildcats take a 2-0 lead here with 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Here comes Farragut down the floor. Torrance lost the ball. Taken away by Quisha McClanahan. Brings the ball across to the midcourt line as Lady Wildcats set it up. Quisha to Autumn Gibson. Looks to her right and backs it up. Quisha in the midcourt circle. Dribbles off to the left, now comes back to the right, picked up defensively by Rutherford. Works the ball to Reagan Thompson, accelerates to the paint, pulls up and shoots off the glass, shots, and scores. Lady Wildcats have a 4-0 lead on the bucket by Reagan Thompson. 6:02 to play first quarter.
Yeah, that's right. Nice play by Reagan Thompson right there. You know, they set up the screen for her up top by Kiara Johnson. Kiara just allowed her just to slip down low inside the paint. 4 points for Reagan Thompson, all of the Lady Wildcats points.
Back the other way will come Oak Ridge. 4-2 our score. Quisha McClanahan with it at the midcourt circle, picked up defensively by Jennifer Rutherford. Comes off to the left. The 5-second count was on momentarily. She broke contact and works the ball inside for a shot of the glass. Good. Quisha McClanahan scores, and Oak Ridge has a 4-point lead once again. 6-2 the score. 5.5 minutes to play in the first period. Down the floor with it will come Doss. She sets the ball across the way. Here goes to Torrance. Pulls up, shoots, in and out, no good. Rebound, Kiara Johnson. Kiara Johnson with it over to Quisha McClanahan. She brings the ball down the floor. Quisha stops outside the arc, goes inside to Autumn Gibson right at the free throw line, fires the pass intending it for Kiara Johnson, gives it right back to Autumn and takes it in and scores. Oak Ridge by 6, 8-2. Here comes Farragut down the floor. They break Oak Ridge quickly across the time stripe. They get a layup. Back the other way will come Oak Ridge in an 8-4 ball game.
Yeah, that's right. You know, tough coverage right there on Allison Bossy. You know, she was pretty much wide open down low inside the paint. Dave, Lady Wildcats must have had a miscue in the defense. Just struggled to get back and get their defense set up. And now Allison Bossy has 5 points on the board for the Lady Admirals.
Kiara Johnson double-teamed and fouled. Personal foul is going to be called against the Lady Admirals. See who they whistle it against. It's going to go against number 4. To then Stephanie Torrance, 5'7" junior, as Lady Wildcats substitute. Courtney Jones back in the ballgame. Tiffany Johnson checks out. Kiara Johnson comes out. Jasmine Hazard checks in the ballgame. Memory serves me correct, Brian Leffler, in the tournament up in Ohio, Courtney Jones was named to the all-tournament team as Jasmine Hazard gets a shot up, no good, gets her own rebound, back up, good. And I believe Jasmine Hazard also was named to that all-tournament team.
Yeah, she was, Dave. She did really well up in that tournament up in Ohio. Made the all-tournament team. That's a good accomplishment for you to have. One of those tournaments like that, you know, there's about 8 teams there. And for her to get the all-tournament team out of all the other teams, it's good for her. Good accomplishment to Courtney Jones.
Farragut works for a shot. They miss it on the rebound. Out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats up 6, 10-4, 4:17 to play in the first quarter as we broadcast here from the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet, tripradio.com. Oak Ridge nearly steals the inbounds. They got the smallest player on the floor, Brittany Doss, 5'4" junior, to inbound it. She's got Quisha McClanahan in her face, and she just deflected the ball backwards. Little small girl to inbounds it. See if she can get it in this time. Looking. Get the fire it in, now does. Passes in, and they'll set up their offense. Stephanie Torrance with it, 5'7" junior. Not a very big Farragut team. Kind of, and I said this to start the game. It's kind of funny how we saw only just huge teams up in Ohio, and now when we see a normal-sized team, they look tiny. As they have the ball inside the paint, driving with it will come C.J. Day. Drives in for the shot and scores. Lady Wildcat lead is cut to 4, 10-4. Here comes Oak Ridge quickly down the floor. Courtney Jones with it across the line. Out it goes to Kiara Johnson. Around to Quisha McClanahan. Quisha dribbles out to the left. Continues to dribble. Backs it up. 10-6 Oak Ridge. 3:40 to play first quarter. No stoppage of play to this point. This has gone straight through as Lady Wildcats work hard with Courtney Jones. Kiara Johnson. Kiara works it out to Jasmine. Jasmine kicks it out to Courtney Jones, who drives the free throw line to Reagan Thompson. Stripped of the ball. Taken away by Farragut. Coming out of there with the basketball is Rutherford, and then she lost the ball. Quisha McClanahan steals it on a deflection. It goes out to Reagan Thompson, back to Courtney Jones. Great passing to Kiera, turning, spinning, drives for the shot, no good. Second toss, the shot is good. Lady Wildcat lead is 6 once again. 12-6 to score, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Admirals. Oak Ridge pressuring and trapping, and they get out of it. Here it goes out to Dake. Dake drives inside along the baseline, puts up a shot, no good. Ball is knocked away, last touch by Oak Ridge. A lot of action here in the first quarter. We've played about 5 minutes, and Oak Ridge has a 12-6 lead.
Yeah, that's right. Lady Wildcats and Lady Admirals got off to a real slow start at the beginning of the ballgame. Dave looked a little bit rusty. A lot of turnovers for both of their teams. Just throwing the ball away, making silly mistakes by Lady Wildcats and Lady Admirals at the same time. But now they're both starting to get on a little run here and start putting up points on the board.
Kind of looked like a pinball machine there, as about 5 or 6 different Lady Wildcats and Admirals got their hands on the ball. Shot is missed. Farragut gets the rebound back up. Good. Very strong move that time by C.J. Dake. It's a 4-point game. Once again, here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Tiffany Johnson works the ball in. Jasmine Hazard takes the shot. No good. Battles for her own rebound. Can't get it. Taken away by Farragut. Back the other way it goes to Stephanie Torrance, and the Lady Admirals will set up their offense. 2:26 to play. Along the baseline, they'll shoot one. On its way, no good. Rebound. Courtney had it. Ball has been knocked off the body of Courtney Jones out of bounds. As Oak Ridge substitutes Autumn Gibson back in the ball game, and Jasmine Hazard will check out. So Oak Ridge now playing with Autumn Gibson, Quisha McClanahan, Kiera Johnson, Courtney Jones, and Tiffany Johnson. Very good basketball. They work it in. Out to the top they go to number 20, who goes down low and is fouled by Oak Ridge's Autumn Gibson. That'll be the first foul called against Oak Ridge. First foul, obviously, against Autumn. 2:13 to play first quarter. Farragut basketball underneath the goal as they substitute into the ball game. Stephanie Harris, a 5'11 sophomore. Checking out of the ball game for the Lady Admirals will come Allison Bossy, a 5'9 senior. Farragut ball, they work it in. Left corner, it goes out to Stephanie Harris. Harris bounce pass out here right in front of the scorer's table. It goes out to Scheit. She works the ball to the top, works the ball down low, wanted to shoot, drives in, and the wall is ripped away by Quisha McClanahan. Quisha McClanahan going coast to coast, off the right block, puts it up, no good. Rebound to Farragut, then Oak Ridge Courtney Jones steals it, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Admirals. Coming out of there with the basketball will come Farragut. Quickly down the floor it goes to number 12, that'll be Brittany Doss.
Yeah, that's right. Lady Wildcats just struggled to put up points there, Dave. They got rebound after rebound. And then Courtney Jones just came out real tough, down low inside the paint just to try to get the ball back for the Lady Wildcats. She almost put back up a shot that was good for them, but just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Lady Wildcats by 4 with the basketball. Quisha McClanahan, right block shot is not pretty. It's no good. Rebounded by Farragut. Coming out of there with the basketball is Brittany Doss once again. Quickly to Torrance. Torrance brings the ball across the midcourt line. Back to the top it goes. Driving with it will come Doss. Works it out for a three-point shot. It's an air ball. No good. They get the rebound right back up. Good. They score with Kylan Scheit, 5'11 sophomore, and Oak Ridge's lead is 2. 12-10 the score. Oak Ridge basketball. Momentarily, the Wildcats throw the ball away. Quisha was trying to get the ball inside of Kiera Johnson, but Oak Ridge turns it over, and here comes Farragut back the other way. Around the right corner it goes. Thought about shooting a three was number 33, C.J. Dake. They kick it out for a three in the lead. If he hits it, no good. Rebound foul called, I believe, against Stephanie Torrance. Oak Ridge will get the basketball side court. I think that's be Torrance's second personal foul. Team foul number 2 against Farragut. That's a big, big personal foul called against Farragut.
Yeah, it was. Stephanie Torrance picking up her second personal foul of the ball game, Dave. What she did is she just tried to come over the top of Autumn Gibson, just try to get the ball back for her team. Just couldn't. It came a little bit too overly aggressive. Just reached straight over Autumn Gibson, and she got called for a foul.
4 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Oak Ridge up by 2, 12-10 with the basketball. Oak Ridge is Reagan Thompson. Midcourt line backs it over to Tiffany Johnson. Lady Wildcats appear to be playing for the final shot here in the first quarter. 12-10 they lead. Tiffany Johnson drives in, kicks it out. Reagan Thompson has her three-point shot blocked, taken away by Farragut. Then Oak Ridge steals it right back with the fleet-footed, quick-handed Autumn Gibson. And back across the line will come Courtney Jones. Courtney Jones outside the line. Autumn's free. Courtney's free. It's going to be Reagan. She's been stripped of the ball. Last touch by Farragut's number 12, Brittany Doss. 4.5 seconds to play first quarter, 12-10. Lady Wildcats by 2. Once again to work the ball in Oak Ridge. Courtney needs to get a shot off, drives in. Here it is. It's up, no good. Rebound out of bounds as the first quarter comes to a close. Well, not a whole lot decided in the first quarter. Oak Ridge does have the lead, 12-10. We'll send it back to Nick Menifee back in the studios of WATO. We'll be back with the second quarter from the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge 12, Farragut 10. Back in 60 seconds. Back in the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO. Oak Ridge on top 12-10. Second quarter just underway. Oak Ridge with the ball first. A little motion in their offense. Here it goes to Courtney Jones. Dribbles in, penetrates, kicks the ball back out to Tiffany Johnson. Johnson around the screen, back to Autumn. Autumn penetrates the paint, lost the handle of the basketball. Then a foul, an inadvertent foul is going to be called against Reagan Thompson as her momentum actually just kind of took her into the body of the Lady Admiral. And for Reagan, that'll be her first foul. Team foul number 2 called against Oak Ridge. 12-10 is our score. Lady Wildcats by 2. Here comes Farragut down the floor. Admiral basketball. They throw the ball underneath the goal. Get a shot blocked. Kira Johnson blocks it out of bounds. Looked like they were going to have an easy one as Haley Newby, 5'11 freshman post, was kind of just camped underneath the goal with nobody around her. Kira got back there quickly, swatted it away.
Yeah, exactly right. Nice play by Kira Johnson just to know what was going on down on the floor, and nice job by Kira just to get back to guard that. And she had a nice block by Kira. Good thing that she wasn't fouled on that time. She didn't foul the player. She just got all ball, and good job by Kira Johnson.
Personal foul is going to be called against Courtney. It's going to be a shooting violation. Farragut has an opportunity to tie the ball game. 12-10 is our score. 7:22 to play in the second quarter. To the free throw line will go Farragut. Here's the first of 2 shots. The line drive, it rattles in good. They knock it in with Haley Newby. I believe that's her first personal shot made in this ball game. Newby's a new one in the ball game tonight. Shot is on its way. Good. I'm a little tongue-tied here for some reason. I guess it's been about 4 days since I did a ball game. 12-12 our score. 7:20 to play. Kira Johnson dribbles in, kicks the ball back out. Here goes Autumn Gibson around to Quisha McClanahan. Lady Wildcats guarded man-to-man out high. Lady Wildcats haven't had anything easy as Autumn Gibson gets a shot off. No good. Lady Wildcats not doing a great job on the rebounding side of things, and Farragut can take the lead. It's a 12-12 ball game. 6:59 to play first half. Lady Wildcats have got to get a little bit more out of their posts. Coach Pruden told me up in Ohio that they were kind of concerned about their lack of production. You know, early on in the season, Kira Johnson was scoring a lot of points, and they've got to get the same kind of production. They got to get the same kind of rebounding out of her as they did in the first half of the year.
Yeah, exactly right, Noah. They really need a post presence right now down low for the Lady Wildcats. You know, looking when we played the Lakota West Lady Firebirds team up in Ohio, you know, we really couldn't do anything. You know, they averaged about 6'1" on their roster height-wise. So Kira Johnson really couldn't do much for that. They just really need a post presence down low for the Lady Wildcats.
2-point shot by Quisha gives them the 2-point lead once again, 14-12. Here comes Farragut down the floor against the Oak Ridge press. They get the ball across the line. The Wildcats nearly steal it. They get a shot off. It is up, no good. Rebound out of bounds. They're going to give Oak Ridge the basketball. Looks like Kiera touched it last. A lot of times when they have a mutual going up for the ball and somebody slaps the hand, a lot of times they give the ball to the other team, and that's what happened, I think, to Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats with a 2-point lead, 14-12, 6:14 to play first half. Pretty good Farragut team. They run a lot of players in and out of the game. They've got some height. They've got some strength. They've got some good ball handlers. And right now, exactly what we expected, Brian. It's a very close ball game.
Yeah, that's right. You know, they have a lot of people that they can just work into the ball game, Dave, so their players don't get tired. You know, looking at their schedule, they have big wins, you know, over Carnes, West, Dobbins, Bennett, and Bearden, teams of that nature. You know, that's from teams that given the Lady Wildcats problems here in this season as well. So Lady Wildcats just really struggling here just to get anything going and getting rebounds over the Lady Admirals.
Tie game, 14-14. Jasmine Hazard in the ball game. Quisha McClanahan looks to her right, finds Reagan Thompson free, goes into Kiera. Kiera backs it up in the right corner, goes down low to Jasmine Hazard, lost the handle of the basketball, then Kiera grabs it back. It's a loose ball on the floor, picked up by Oak Ridge. As Quisha McClanahan drives in, gets a shot up, no good. Rebounded back up, again, no good. Again, up by Oak Ridge, good. Jasmine Hazard scores, and the Lady Wildcats lead by 2. 16-14 the score. Here comes Farragut down the floor. Chris Prison's losing her voice, I believe, the way she yells out to her team. Lady Admirals call a timeout. 5:15 to play. We're in the second quarter. Oak Ridge by 2. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll send it back to Nick Menifee at the studios of WATO. 16-14 Oak Ridge, back in 30 seconds. Back here on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. We're also on the internet, prepradio.com. Ball is knocked away by Oak Ridge out of bounds. It'll be Farragut basketball right here in front of the scorer's table. To work the ball in will be Allison Bossy, 5'9" senior, and she works the ball in. And it comes to Brittany Doss. She works the ball to the left side. Dribbling it out to the top of the circle, it goes to Amato. She works the ball in and lost the ball out of bounds. Oak Ridge with a 2-point lead, 16-14. Taking on the Farragut Admirals, who are trying to beat Oak Ridge for only the second time in a row. The last time and the only time they've ever done that is Kara gets a shot up, no good, gets her own rebound up, good. Kara Johnson missed badly on the first one, but got the second rebound, and Oak Ridge's lead is 4. 1981, 1982, the only time that Farragut has beaten Oak Ridge in back-to-back ball games.
Yeah, exactly right. And looking at the stat sheet right now, 81 through 82, like you said, back-to-back wins over the Lady Wildcats by the Lady Admirals. That's a big stretch of ball games that they haven't won back-to-back since. Trying to make that here tonight, but recently a good play by Kiara Johnson. Got her own rebound. The first shot didn't look too good, Dave, like you said. She got her own rebound, and good for Kiara Johnson just to put it back up.
Foul's going to be called against Oak Ridge, blocking a shot, which will give Farragut 2 free throw opportunities. 4:18 to play, second quarter. 18-14 is our score. And going to the free throw line will go Farragut. At the free throw line will be Allison Bossy, 5'9" senior. I don't mean to be bossy here, Brian, but how many points does she have?
Allison Bossy has 4 points on the ball game, Dave.
18-15 the score, back to a 3-point game. Lady Wildcats playing with Courtney Jones, Reagan Thompson, Kiara Johnson, Tiffany Johnson, along with Jasmine Hazard. Farragut tried to substitute into the ballgame Alex Newby. Came in there a little bit too soon, was not granted permission by the official, as the second free throw is also good by Allison Bossy. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. They'll work the ball inside court in a 2-point game. 18-16 Oak Ridge in the lead. 4:17 to play. We're in the second quarter. With it across the time stripe will come Courtney Jones. Lady Wildcats have Reagan Thompson on the left wing. Around the screen by Jasmine Hazard. Courtney dribbles in. No place to go. Finds Kira at the free throw line. Needs to get rid of it. Does now to Jasmine Hazard. Hazard backs it up to Courtney Jones. Great defense being applied by the Admirals. They know Oak Ridge very, very well. The Wildcats with it. Tiffany Johnson. Kira Johnson. Free throw line jumper just outside of it. Up, no good. Rebounded out of bounds. Last touch by Farragut. Our camera personnel tonight. We have Michael Singleton. We have Taylor Lane. We have Nick Suttles. And I think we have Jake McLaughlin as well. Mike Sheehan's with us. Tim Youngkin's with us. Nick Menifee is at the station. David Clary along with Brian Leffler as Oak Ridge works the ball into Reagan Thompson along the baseline. Wanted to shoot, kicks the ball back out to Jasmine. Jasmine goes up inside to Autumn Gibson for the shot. It's up, no good. Lady Wildcats struggling a bit with their shots. The Farragut Admirals thought there might have been a 3-second lane violation. They actually thought that last ball might have been touched last by Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge gets possession back.
Yeah, that's right. A really recent play by Jasmine Hazard just showing off her athleticism, Dave. She drove the hole, got the defense driven towards her, and then gave the feed off to Autumn Gibson down low. Unfortunately for Autumn, she couldn't capitalize on it and gets points on the board for the Lady Wildcats. As the ball is lost by Reagan Thompson, the ball will be given back to the Lady Admirals.
Lady Wildcats struggling a bit, 18-16. Coach Pridden told me yesterday they had just an absolutely terrible pass. Here's a great play by Reagan Thompson. Goes, oh! Looked like she blocked that shot cleanly. Oak Ridge fans thought she did. The Wildcats back on defense once again. Out to the top it goes. Good defense by Oak Ridge. And that time Oak Ridge is going to get it on the over and back. Reagan Thompson got fired up for about a 15-second period. Got a steal. Had her shot blocked. Looked like she was fouled, actually, but no call. And then she got the ball right back again.
Yeah, exactly right, Dave. Nice play by Reagan Thompson. Good to see a little fire out of her on that recent play by Reagan. You know, she just came down the court. She was mad that she had turned the ball over on recently. She put up a three-point shot, and she nails it.
Yeah, I think Reagan wanted to prove something here as she drills home that three and is playing really hard on defense. Oak Ridge has a 21-6 lead. Here's a steal by Jasmine Hazard. Back the other way, Oak Ridge. Jasmine drives all the way in, kicks it out to Courtney Jones, who dribbles in, pulls up, shoots. Good! Courtney Jones hits the shot, and Coach Mike Driver wants a timeout. So a nice little flurry, fueled by defense, gives Oak Ridge a 23-16 lead.
That's exactly right. Lady Wildcats, just got on a fire right there by Reagan Thompson. Reagan made a bad play on her part. She got really fired up, Dave, as she came back, and she was determined. We could see it on her face, Dave. She got the rebound back for the Lady Wildcats. Then she went down the court and shot a three-point shot, and it was huge, and she nailed it. Reagan Thompson on the game right now has 7 points.
1 AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet, prepradio.com. Next Tuesday night, the Wildcats don't play tomorrow, which is kind of a strange quirk to their schedule. Normally, you play on a Friday, not on a Thursday, or if you play on a Thursday, you play on a Friday too, but no game tomorrow. So the Wildcat coaching staff, both sides, will have the opportunity to go out and scout future opponents. But our next ball game will be Tuesday night as the Wildcats take on Campbell County Cougars. And Brian, I know you haven't followed high school ball that much. For the last 25, 30 years, Campbell County's boys basketball team and their girls basketball team have put out great products, and we should have a great night of basketball Tuesday when Campbell County comes.
Yeah, Dave, hopefully, we can go up there, or if they come down here, we can get some wins here at the Wildcat Arena. But like you said, it sounds like they've been a perennial powerhouse team around this part of Tennessee, just manhandling basketball for them. Hopefully we can come down here and get some wins.
Another nice play by Reagan Thompson, deflects the ball so to the point where it fell right on the foot of one of the Lady Admirals, who punted it probably better than Ryan Wilson could do out of the off the floor. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Here it goes out to Courtney Jones. Courtney dribbles in, kicks the ball back out to Autumn Gibson. Bounce pass in the corner goes to Jasmine Hazard, back to Tiffany Johnson. Back it goes to Jones. 23-16, Oak Ridge girls on top. 2:18 to play first half. I'll be speaking to Ricky Norris, the head coach of the boys team, at halftime. Reagan kicks it to Tiffany. Tiffany shoots a three. Nothing but net. 3-point shot. Tiffany Johnson, the Lady Wildcats have a 10-point lead. Just all of a sudden here, Brian.
Yeah, that's right. A 9-0 run for the Lady Wildcats. Just coming on a fire. Just got a little fire underneath them set, and they've been going hard ever since. Been really aggressive, going down the floor with the ball. Really aggressive on the defensive side, too. Coming down with a lot of rebounds here recently. 2 minutes left to go in the half. Lady Wildcats putting on a lot of numbers right here.
Lady Wildcats once again deflected, almost get another steal. Kiera hustles but can't quite get to it. Ball is knocked away. Good hustle by Oak Ridge. All of a sudden the switch has turned on in the Lady Wildcats motor on defense, and Oak Ridge has built a 10-point lead here, 26-16. Farragut basketball trying to work the ball in. Yet to do so, they finally get it in. Then it comes to number 33, Dake. She lost the ball, taken away by Reagan Thompson. Thompson works the ball down the floor and throws it away. Thought somebody was trailing in front of her, or I guess that wouldn't be trailing, was leading her in front, but nobody was there and turns the ball over. Farragut basketball, Dake guarded by Jasmine Hazard, holds the ball, kicks the ball around the perimeter. Out it goes to Doss. Brittany Doss comes out to the left. Out it goes to Stephanie Torrance, who guns. In and out, no good. Rebound, Kiera Johnson. Kiera long pass to Reagan Thompson. Layup, right-handed, off the glass, good. Reagan Thompson scores. Great feed that time, I believe, by Kiera Johnson, and Oak Ridge has a 12-point lead.
Yeah, it was. Reagan Thompson just pretty much stayed down the other side of the court, Dave, and Kiera Johnson looked and saw Reagan down low and just lobbed the ball down to her. Nice job by capitalizing on that by Reagan Thompson.
Lady Wildcats almost get it on a turnover, but then Tiffany Johnson, trying to make a hustle play, accidentally knocks the ball out of bounds. It'll be Farragut basketball, side court, a minute 10 to play, second quarter, 28-16 the score. Farragut basketball, C.J. Dake holding it up high. Call somebody up high, and that'll be Stephanie Torrance. She hands the ball to her, and she starts the play in motion. Torrance dribbles in, penetrates, pulls up, shoots, no good. Rebound, Torrance steps out of bounds. Before she does that, she throws the ball away. Taken away by Oak Ridge's Kiera Johnson. Kiera sets it out. Reagan Thompson, long range three. It's up. Good. 3-point shot. Reagan Thompson, and Oak Ridge leads Farragut 31-16 with 40 seconds to play in the second quarter. Just a few moments ago, it was 16-14, I believe, as Farragut is battling for a loose ball, and they get it on the alternate possession. They'll get the ball right back. I think it was 16-14, Oak Ridge. And then ever since that time, I think they've only been able to score like 2 points.
Yes, right now, Dave, looking at the end of the first quarter, the score is 12-10. Farragut had only 10 points, and they've now, through the second quarter alone, they've only scored 6 points through the second quarter. So Lady Wildcats is coming on a run here against the Lady Admirals.
Lady Wildcats are going to get it again on their turnover. 24.5 seconds. They threw up a shot, a wild shot, and Oak Ridge will get the basketball on top of Farragut with 24 seconds to play. 31-16 is the score. Down the floor, slowly, comes Courtney Jones as Lady Wildcats prepare for the final shot here in the first half. 31-16 Oak Ridge. Courtney with it. Out it goes to Tiffany Johnson. Tiffany took her eye off the ball just for a second. The ball went through her fingertips and it went out of bounds. 9.3 seconds to play. Farragut will face pressure in the rear court. Taylor Lane, our cameraman, as the Wildcats steal it. Jasmine Hazard, Kiera Johnson, Tiffany Johnson, Reagan Thompson, layup, good, as the first half comes to a close. Our score after one half of basketball here at the Wildcat Arena, the Lady Wildcats lead it 33-16. A lackluster first quarter, but the second quarter, the Wildcat defense came alive and they rolled up big numbers here, and they lead it 33-16.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, Lady Wildcats started off a little bit slow in this ball game, Dave, coming off a couple of turnovers for them and a couple of non-good plays for the Lady Wildcats. And then coming on in a run, you know, it all started with Reagan Thompson losing the ball for the Lady Wildcats. And then all of a sudden, the Lady Wildcats just came out on a fire and had a 9-0 run going into the latter part of the first half alone. So nice half of basketball by the Lady Wildcats. 33-16 is our halftime score. We'll be back with a halftime interview after this 2-minute timeout.
Back here at the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO, Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet, prepradio.com. 33-16 is the score. The Lady Wildcats have the lead. Joining me is the head coach of the boys basketball team, Coach Ricky Norris. Coach, it's good to be home. We haven't been back here since, I guess, the 11th of December. Played Central, I believe. That was the last time we were home. So not quite a month, but almost a month. And a lot of basketball has been played since. And you're back in action against a region opponent, the Farragut Admirals. I know you're excited to be back home and back on the floor.
Yeah, we are. We're excited to be back in our gym. You know, we've had four road games, I guess, now in a row, and you know, the quality opponent Farragut makes it, you know, very challenging, and should be a great night of basketball.
Tell me about Farragut. I saw them scrimmage you guys. I guess it was, I don't know, a week or two before the season started. You were without Jared and without DeMarcus and those guys, but that was a good-looking team I saw that day.
Very nice, 13-3. You know, their losses have been to really quality teams. So things they do well, number one, they shoot it well. They've got a kid who's got range, you know, out past the volleyball lines here, number 12. I can't think of his name, but he's 12. And then they've got a big kid inside 50, Bender, who can score in the paint, you know, on anybody. I mean, he's averaging double figures, and against the competition they played, you know, that's pretty nice. So, and then they've got guys, they do a good job. They're older, they know how to play. They do a good job of keeping you spaced when they're on offense and we're on defense. And against a team that likes to pressure and get out the trap, that's really effective. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us defensively. You know, one thing that they don't do great is they don't get to the rim off the dribble. So we need to make them do what they don't want to do, and that's put the ball on the floor. But then we've got to be disciplined enough not to foul them and bail them out when they do put it on the floor.
Coach, I've been asked this question several times today, and let me ask you the same question because I don't know the answer. Normally, you don't play on a Thursday night when you have an open date on Friday. Why are you playing on a Thursday night and not on Friday?
Well, we tried to move it to Friday. They actually play Clinton tomorrow, and we played Alcoa on Friday at this date last year. And so instead of, that's a great question. The rest of the weeks, what I wanted to do, or what Coach Pruitt and I wanted to do, was get away from 3-game weeks in the second semester. Those are really hard. If you play on Monday, you got to bring the kids on Sunday and actually practice. You know, if you go Thursday, I mean, 3-day games in 4 days is hard to do. We want to stay away from those as much as we can to try to help us be fresh at the end. So with the games and the way the calendar worked, if we moved this Farragut game, we only have one 3-game week, and it would have had to move later in the calendar, and it would have made for 2 3-game weeks. And we just wanted to stay away from that. We'd have rather played today, you know, rather than move it back. Plus, you know, also having played the 29th, it would have made for another, you know, 9 or 10-day layoff, and those are hard. So it just made sense to just go ahead and keep it here on this Thursday. You know, tomorrow will be a great day for us to get in, get a good practice under our belt, and go out and scout some teams that we're going to play coming up. But the main reason was to stay away from those 3-game weeks.
Now, we've struggled in this ball game in previous years, coming back from a Christmas vacation trip, and only to play poorly. What kind of practice did you have yesterday?
One that would lead you to no, you know, it's just hard because you're so used to going at it, and then you take 3 or 4 days off, and you come in and you're sluggish. And you know, yesterday was okay. It wasn't great. We started off in here, and then halfway through switched with the girls. So, you know, we'll see. That first day back's always the worst one, and you know, we'll see. It's just, you know, watching the girls play their first quarter really concerned me because they looked a little bit rusty and sluggish, and you know, and of course, as a coach, that's what we do is worry. So, you know, I'm worried.
In the second quarter.
Yeah, and in the second quarter, and they just stayed with it. They were tenacious defensively and persistent, and you know, had that little run and were able to stretch it out. So, you know, we've got to do the same thing. But yeah, watching them early, it just worried me about how we'll start our game.
Coach, good luck in the ball game. We'll talk to you afterwards.
All right, David, y'all have a good one.
Coach Ricky Norris, head coach of the Wildcats. The boys team will be in action somewhere around 8 o'clock. Halftime score, our Lady Wildcats are on top by a score of 33-16. We'll come back and run down the final statistics of the first half and tip things off here. Not actually with a tip, but we'll be back with the second half. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Nick Menifee. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
This is Brian Leffler back here at the Wildcat Arena here in Oak Ridge at halftime of the girls varsity ball game. Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats on top of the Farragut Lady Admirals, 33-16. Look at the scoring boards real quick. Leading the way for the Lady Admirals is Allison Bossy with 6 points. Keelan Scheidt has 4 points. CJ Dake, 4 points as well. And Haley Newby round out the first half with 2 points. Leading the way for the Lady Wildcats, Reagan Thompson coming off in a fire today's ball game. Already in double figures for her, 14 points for Reagan. She's leading the team by a far tonight. Followed behind her, the closest people are Jasmine Hazard, Quisha McClanahan, and Kiera Johnson, each with 4 points on the first half alone. Followed behind them is Tiffany Johnson, 3 points for her, 1 3-point shot, 3 points. Courtney Jones has 2 points, and Autumn Gibson round out the first half of ball play with 2 points. Again, halftime score 33-16. Lady Wildcats on top. Lady Wildcats record coming in this ball game is 13-1. Their first loss coming the other day from the Ohio Holiday Tournament. They lost to the Lakota West Lady Firebirds, 4-0 in district play. Lady Admirals are 11-6 on the year and 3-2 in district play. Again, halftime score 33-16. We're getting set here for second half action.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Appreciate that. 33-16. The second half about set. Lady Wildcats will come out with Kiera Johnson at post. The Lady Wildcats will have Reagan Thompson, Autumn Gibson, Tiffany Johnson, along with Courtney Jones. Farragut trailing 33-16. I think the Lady Wildcats went on a 14-0 run to close out the second quarter to lead 33-16. The second half about set. Not a great crowd on hand here, but still in this place, it's full. I mean, it's pretty full. But the other place probably would be totally full, actually, if we were in the old gym. As we're underway, Oak Ridge gets the ball first as Lady Wildcats set it out to Reagan Thompson. Thompson works in, free throw line jumper is on its way. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Farragut. Coming away with the rebound is number 4, Stephanie Torrance, and she throws the ball down low. They kick the ball back out for a little shot from about 15 feet. Good. Made good by Brittany Doss, 5'4" junior. And Oak Ridge quickly brings the ball down the floor with Reagan Thompson spinning 6-footer. It's up, no good. She does draw the foul, though. Personal foul is going to be called against C.J. Dake. And I don't remember, Brian Leffler, many free throws to this point in this game shot by any team. In this one, as Reagan Thompson goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, exactly right, Dave. Lady Wildcats haven't shot a free throw in the first half alone. Reagan Thompson going up for the first Lady Wildcat free throw of the ball game, and she misses it, but she will have another one. Looking at Reagan Thompson's stats on the year, she's a 67.9% free throw shooter. Looking at the side of the Lady Admirals, only 2 people have shot free throws, but Reagan Thompson knocks down her second free throw.
Lady Wildcats put on a little full court pressure, and Torrance brings the ball down the floor. 34-18, Oak Ridge in the lead. 7:25 to play third quarter. Michael Singleton is up top, helping with our technical work, along with, I believe, Nick Suttles as Farragut gets a shot off. Taylor Lane doing camera work down below. Nick Menifee back in the studios at WATO as a double dribble is called against Kiera Johnson. 34-18 the score. You can see a little bit of frustration on the part of Kiera Johnson. She just, and maybe it's because when she tweaked that knee early on in the year, she just hasn't had that same explosiveness as she has. She looks fine to me, but she just looks a little frustrated compared to the easy success that she had early on.
Yeah, exactly right. Dave, when that knee on her was good, and she had both knees good to go, Kiera Johnson wasn't afraid to just jump up there and try to get those rebounds down for Lady Wildcats, but now she's a little hesitant jumping up there, trying to get the rebounds down. That's what's struggling for the Lady Wildcats right now, especially in the rebounding category.
Here's Kiera driving in, missed the shot, gets her own rebound, back up, no good. Third try is no good. Rebounded this time by Autumn Gibson. Gibson needs to get rid of it. Tried to get it down the floor to Courtney Jones. It's taken away by Farragut. Lady Admiral basketball. They work the ball in for a shot. Good. They score with Stephanie Torrance. And down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Then Coach Pruden calls a timeout. 12-point lead for Oak Ridge. 34-22 is our score. Let's send it back to Nick Menifee. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena with the girls on top. 34-22. Back in 30 seconds. Back here at the Wildcat Arena, the Lady Admirals have come out of the break. A little bit of a run on Oak Ridge. It's a 12-point game. 34-22 the score. 6:23 to play in the third quarter. I told you I'm a little tongue-tied here, Brian. Have you ever had that problem before?
Not really, Dave.
Well, I'm sorry. Nobody can be perfect like you. As the Lady Wildcats go up for a shot, then a foul is going to be called against Farragut. Stopping the clock with 6:13. Spencer Goldmeyer in the house. What's up, Spencer?
Nah, not much. Figured I'd come watch some basketball.
Well, that's good. Good to see you. Steal my candy. What's new about that? 34-22 the score. Oak Ridge to the free throw line. It'll be Tiffany Johnson. 34-22 the score. Shot is on its way. It's up, and it is no good. Back to the free throw line will go the senior. Lady Wildcats playing with Quisha McClanahan, Jasmine Hazard, along with Tiffany Johnson, Reagan Thompson, and Courtney Jones. You're in the presence of greatness here, Brian. The all-time leading rusher of all time is sitting right behind us as the shot is up and good. 35-22 the score. Here comes Farragut down the floor. Here come the Admirals quickly across the line. Over it goes to Scheidt. She works the ball back out to Dake, who works the ball down low and lost it. Taken away by Reagan Thompson. Thompson to Courtney Jones. Courtney drives in, pulls up. Free throw line jumper is up, good. Courtney Jones hits the shot, and Oak Ridge leads 37-22. 5:53 to play in the third quarter. Here come the Admirals down the floor. The Wildcats a little bit out of sync defensively, but they still get back in time to get the shot blocked. Then Farragut steals the ball right back. Then they get a shot off, and they score. Jennifer Rutherford scores off the glass. It's a 15-point game. It's now 13 as the shot was made good, and Courtney brings the ball down the floor. Courtney dribbles to the free throw line, kicks it out to Johnson. Tiffany Johnson works the ball right side of Courtney. Around it goes once again to Jasmine Hazard inside of Reagan Thompson for the layup, good. Nice ball movement that time by the Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge has a 15-point lead.
Yeah, exactly right. Nice ball control by Lady Wildcats right there. Just working around the perimeter. That's one thing they like to do, and just try to get their inside offense set up for them. And a nice job just to give the feed down low to Reagan Thompson, and Reagan capitalized it. Reagan now 17 points on the ball game for her.
A couple of missed shots on the other end of the floor. A foul's going to be called, I believe, against Oak Ridge's Jasmine Hazard. She pushed off for rebounding position. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 39-24. Exactly 5 minutes to play third quarter. Lady Wildcats in the lead. It was a slow start to the ball game. Oak Ridge led only by 2, 12-10 after one quarter, but built up the lead and have maintained this lead as Farragut brings the ball down the floor and Courtney steals the ball. Courtney brings the ball down the floor. 2-on-1 break, gives it to Reagan Thompson for the shot. Good, and she's fouled. Reagan Thompson coming off of 18 points against Kettering Fairmont up in Ohio. Hits the shot and will go to the free throw line with one shot upcoming.
Yeah, that's right. Reagan Thompson sent to the free throw line. 19 points for her. She was already in double figures, Dave, after the first quarter. First half alone, Reagan Thompson is her second best free throw shooter. 67.9% free throw shooter.
Down the floor will come the Farragut Admirals once again. 42-24 the score. Here's a shot. It's on its way. No good. Rebounded again by Tiffany Johnson. Here it goes to Autumn Gibson. Gibson with it over to Courtney Jones. Brings the ball down the floor all the way in for a layup. She missed it. No good. On the rebound, number 5, Stephanie Amato. She brings the ball quickly down the floor. Amato works the ball out to the right. Here it goes out to Doss. Brittany Doss once again to Amato, who begins to set up the offense for the Admirals.
Yeah, the Lady Admirals struggling right now to get anything going on the offensive side, especially inside the paint by the Lady Wildcats. Lady Admirals kick the ball back out to number 20. That is Caitlin Scheidt. Then they give it off to number 12, Brittany Doss. She tries to drive down and she misses a shot. Courtney Jones gets a rebound. She's going to take it coast to coast. She puts it back up and misses it, but big forward by Tiffany Johnson gives the ball back over to Reagan Thompson. Reagan capitalizes again. 22 points for Reagan Thompson as the Lady Admirals try to break the Lady Wildcats press. The Lady Admirals give the ball over to Stephanie Amato. Amato finally gives it over to Doss. Doss brings it across the time stripe line. Near still by Quisha McClanahan, but the ball will be given back to the Lady Admirals.
Thanks a lot, Brian. 20-point lead for Oak Ridge, 44-24 the score as Courtney comes out of the ball game. Lady Wildcats playing with Reagan Thompson, Kiera Johnson, Autumn Gibson, along with Quisha McClanahan and Tiffany Johnson. With the basketball, Brittany Doss, 5'4" junior, works the ball off to the right. Here it goes out to Amato. Stephanie Amato holds the ball, works the ball back to the top of the circle. Allison Bossy, right side, once again to Amato. Drives to the baseline, bounce pass kicked, no call. Works the ball back to the right. Amato thought about a three, won't take the shot. Has the ball deflected and taken away by Quisha McClanahan. Coast to coast, drives in for the layup, good. And Oak Ridge leads Farragut by 22 points. 3:19 to play third quarter, 46-24 the score. Let's send it back to our engineer, Nick Menifee. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena following this 30-second timeout. Back here at the Wildcat Arena, 46-24 the score. Lady Wildcats in the lead here, 3:16 to play third quarter. Down the floor will come the Lady Admirals once again. Here it goes to Meredith Lindley. Around the right side of Amato. Amato drives right. Ball deflected away. Perhaps taken away by Farragut. They've got the ball right back, and then a jump ball is called. The alternate possession arrow will give the Lady Admirals the ball back. 3:04 to play third quarter, 46-24. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. And boy, with the way this game started, Brian, it didn't look like it was going to be an Oak Ridge blowout, but that's exactly what it has been since the early stages of the second quarter.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, both teams got off to a slow start, Dave. Many teams just, made multiple turnovers for them. Lady Wildcats had a couple turnovers, and the Lady Admirals as well really struggled to get points on the board. End of the first quarter, the score was 12-10. Lady Wildcats only had a 2-point lead, and they went on a 14-0 run in the second quarter alone. Second half to finish up the halftime, 33-16. A good margin for them as now they are up 46-26 with 2:36 left to go in the third quarter.
Substitutions coming into the ball game. Courtney Jones comes back in for Reagan Thompson. 2:36 to play third quarter. 20-point lead for the Lady Wildcats, 46-26. Courtney will work the ball in. Looking, fires it in. Quisha McClanahan free for a jumper. It's on its way a little strong. No good. Rebound to Farragut, and then they knock the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Stephanie Amato. 5'3" junior guards. Farragut's got some very quick guards, but they're not very big. Got this number 12 girl, Brittany Doss, 5'4". Then they've got the Amato girl. She's 5'3", very small.
Yeah, exactly right. Now looking at their tallest players, number 24, Allison Boss, who's only 5'9". She's the runner, their only post presence for them down low inside the paint. So Lady Admiral's really struggling right here for height. Lady Wildcats might even have them beat a little bit, Dave, on the height-wise of the ball game.
As here's the shot, it's on its way for points for Farragut. No good. They get the rebound right back up. No good. And they draw a foul, though, and Oak Ridge will send them to the free throw line. 2:14 to play. We're in the third quarter. 20-point advantage for the Lady Wildcats. Going to the line, number 34, Meredith Lindley. She's a 5A senior. The boys' game will follow here on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet, prepradio.com. Free throws good. Made good by Lindley as Jasmine Hazard, sophomore, comes into the ball game. Tiffany Johnson checks out. Back to the free throw line will go Farragut. 19-point advantage for the Wildcats, Brian Leffler.
Yeah, that's right. A nice margin for the Lady Wildcats to come out in. They came out of the first half, 33-16, as Meredith Lindley knocks down her second free throw of her ball game. 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and 2 points for her on the game.
Courtney Jones with it out to Kiera Johnson. Kiera works the ball right off to Autumn Gibson. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Back it goes once again. Here it goes to Quisha McClanahan in the midcourt circle. Minute 56 to play. Third quarter action. 46-28 Oak Ridge by 18. Quisha drives in, gets a shot up, no good. Kiera Johnson battles for the rebound, can't get it. Autumn Gibson has it for the Lady Wildcats. In it goes to Kiera. They made a mistake that time as they saw the loose ball. Then everybody came up to get it. That left Kiera wide open for an easy shot.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Dave. Quisha McClanahan just ran to the top of the key just to get the ball back for the Lady Wildcats. And the whole defense of the Lady Admirals came sprinting up, trying to get the ball. Left Kiera Johnson all alone by herself down low. Gave her the feed, and it was an easy layup for Kiera Johnson as she puts up another one. Rough, tough inside the paint for Kiera Johnson. 8 points for her.
And Oak Ridge is building on the lead here. It's 50-28. Oak Ridge in the lead. Minute 14 to play third quarter. And then a travel is going to be called against Farragut's number 11, Katie Cafferty. They set a trap on her right really in front of the scores table, and she had no place to go with it. And you can look on her face. She's not too happy at all. Jasmine Hazard works the ball in, then it comes to Courtney Jones. Minute 10 to play third quarter, 50-28. Oak Ridge in the lead. With the basketball, Courtney Jones. Lady Wildcats down a minute. Courtney dribbles in, free throw line, turning, spins, has her shot blocked. Can't get a rebound. Taken away by Kiera Johnson. Saved away by Autumn. Inside Jasmine Hazard for the shot. No good. On the rebound it goes Farragut. Pulling it away is Stephanie Torrance, and she'll bring the ball down the floor. Torrance will bring the ball to the midcourt line. Fires the pass to the right side. Driving with will come Lindley, and the ball goes out of bounds. 43.4 seconds to play, third quarter, 50-28. It'll be Farragut basketball underneath the goal.
That's right. You know, Lady Wildcats holding off their lead run now 50-28, like you said. Third quarter almost coming to a close. Lady Wildcats just pretty much keep on getting points up on the board for them. Just holding the Lady Admirals defense. Has a breakdown in defense right there by the Lady Wildcats. Allows Allison Bossy to capitalize and give her double figures tonight. 10 points for her.
Back to a 20-point game, 50-30, 28 seconds to play. Third quarter action here at the Wildcat Arena. You're listening to the game live on WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet, prepradio.com. Courtney guns one from the outside, no good. I think I heard Coach Prudence say play for one shot. Courtney had a good look at it, just wouldn't fall for it. Farragut gets a shot off. It's partially rejected. Rebounded out of bounds. Last touch by Farragut. The Oak Ridge basketball with 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. And Reagan Thompson will check back in the ball game. Checking out will come Autumn Gibson. Tiffany Johnson will check in. We wanted to check in, but will not be allowed to. 8 seconds to play, 50-30. You can keep Ohio, Coach. 8 seconds to play, 50-30 the score. It'll be Oak Ridge trying to get the ball in with Jasmine Hazard. I think they allowed, Coach Pruden was yelling out to the official or at her coaching staff when they wouldn't let the substitutes come in. Give me Ohio, give me Ohio. I think they just let them in, come in at will. And I said, what did I say, Brian? You can have Ohio. That's what I said. Anyway, here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Tiffany Johnson, left side. Quisha McClanahan with 3 seconds. Quisha drives, lost the handle of the basketball as the third quarter comes to a close. Our score after 3 quarters of basketball here at the Wildcat Arena, Oak Ridge by 20. 50-30. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in the Wildcat Arena here on WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Farragut trailing by 20. 18 if she hits this shot. She does not. Rebound to Farragut. They get the rebound right back up. No good. Rebound by Kiera Johnson. Lady Wildcats by 20. 50-30. Quisha McClanahan brings the ball down the floor. Quisha pulls up right elbow, shoots from there. It's up, no good. Lady Wildcats not shooting quite as well in this one, coming back from their trip. Up by 20, though. Of course, it's kind of a different style of game that they had to play up in Ohio. The size differential. They're going against players a little bit more similar to their size, kind of like guard on guard as opposed to giant on guard as it was up in Ohio. But the Lady Wildcats have done quite well. They've got a 20-point lead on a good Farragut team.
That's exactly right, Dave. You know, Lady Wildcats faced one of their hardest, toughest, tallest players up in Ohio, like you said, is Reagan Thompson. Capitalizes again on a coast-to-coast shot by her, and she is fouled again. The basket will be counted. She is fouled by number 33, CJ Dake. That is her second personal foul on the ball game for her fourth team foul. Send Reagan Thompson to the free throw line. Reagan is their second best free throw shooter. 67.9% free throw shooter. Her first one is up, and it is no good. Rebound down to Lady Admirals.
52-30 the score, 7:24 to play in the ball game. Torrance with the basketball, dribbles around the left, pulls up inside the arc and shoots. Up, no good. Rebound, Kiera Johnson. Lady Wildcats have one senior on the team, and it's a very young Farragut team as well, at least in terms of the players that actually play. They've got Dake, Lindley, and Isabel as seniors on the team, along with one other at the top, Cafferty, but they don't play a whole lot. So this is a very young Farragut team as Reagan Thompson gets a driving layup, left-handed off the glass, and Oak Ridge has his biggest lead Brian, 54-30, and Reagan Thompson, who had 18 points against Kettering Fairmont, has really played well in this one. I believe she's over 20, 26 maybe?
That's exactly right. 26 points for Reagan Thompson in the ball game. For her, really came on in a fire. Reagan Thompson doing a nice, good job in this ball game. Coming off that tournament, she did well in the tournament as well, Dave. Just coming off here and having a good game as well. Just putting up a lot of points for Lady Wildcats.
Lady Wildcats with the basketball. Tiffany Johnson, three-pointer from the left side is up, no good. Kara Johnson with it once again. Back it goes to Courtney Jones. Has Reagan wide open. Wants to shoot. Does. On its way. Good. Reagan Thompson has 28 points in the ball game. 6:13 to play. 56-32 the score, and Reagan pushing at 30 right now. 28 points in the ball game. By far her best game of the year offensively.
That's exactly right, Dave. Reagan Thompson, 28 points. That's just amazing for her. I think that's one of her season highs points-wise for Reagan Thompson. She really doesn't get up past 25 or so. Like you said, she averaged in the tournament. Her best was 18 points in that game. Reagan Thompson, 28 points for her in the ball game, doing really well for the Lady Wildcats, putting up big boards for them. And it's a good job that they have for Reagan Thompson tonight, playing that well. Lady Admiral's inbound the ball to number 12, Doss. Doss is going to take her time coming across the time stripe. 56-32 is our score. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the ball game. She gives the ball over to number 32, Harris. Harris then down low to number 33, CJ Dake. Dake tries to spin around Autumn Gibson. Puts up shot and is no good. Rebound comes down to Kiara Johnson. Kiara Johnson then gives the ball over to Courtney Jones. Courtney then lobs the ball down low to Autumn Gibson. Autumn backtraps the ball back to Tiffany Johnson. Back to Courtney Jones for a big three-point shot, but she misses, and the rebound goes down to the Lady Admirals.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Once again, here comes Farragut down the floor, getting hammered by the Lady Wildcats. 56-34, 5:08 to play. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor once again. Courtney Jones with it across the time stripe. Out to the top it goes to Gibson. Around it goes Tiffany Johnson. Back to the top to Kiera. Pulls up and shoots. No good. On the rebound will come Farragut. Pulling down the board is Brittany Dawson. The Lady Wildcats steal it and they get a layup. Here it goes. Oak Ridge. Shot is good by Courtney Jones. With 4:49 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 58-34, and Coach Pruden wants a timeout. Let's take it with him. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in 60 seconds. (58-34) the score. Oak Ridge on top here in the girls game. 4:49 to play. The girls junior varsity game went to Farragut though, Brian. I believe it was 60-59. Down the floor will come Farragut, moving left to right, wearing their all blue jerseys with silver trim. Bounce pass here on the right goes out to number 33. That'll be CJ Dake, taken away by Oak Ridge. Here it goes to Autumn Gibson. Autumn sets it out to Courtney Jones, who dribbles in. Nice pass inside of Jasmine Hazard. Shot good. Great feed by Courtney Jones. And the Lady Wildcats lead 60-34 over Farragut.
Yeah, it was a really nice feed by Courtney. Just for Courtney, just to see that play develop by her really shows a lot of her basketball knowledge for Courtney. Just to give it down low to Jasmine Hazard. Jasmine, just one of those athletic type players on the team, could just capitalize on it. As the Lady Wildcats throw the ball again away.
Farragut sets up their offense once again. Oak Ridge still working hard defensively, and they get another steal momentarily. Ball's loose on the floor. They get a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Torrance, back up from 8 feet, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Wildcats. Here goes Courtney Jones, another layup. Left-handed off the glass, good. Lady Wildcat lead is 28 points now, 62-34, and what was looking like was going to be a very tight, close contested game has been another typical Oak Ridge blowout.
Yeah, that's right. We kind of guessed after the first quarter, Dave, that it was going to be a tight ball game. Both teams just turning the ball over way too many times just to get anything going on the offense. 12-10 was the score after our first quarter of play. Lady Wildcats only up by 2 points as the Lady Wildcats bring it down again. Feed over to Reagan Thompson. She capitalizes again. 30 points for Reagan Thompson. Just an outstanding ball game for her.
Nice ball game for Reagan Thompson. 30 points, and Oak Ridge has, incidentally, a 30-point lead. 64-34 the score. Here's nearly another steal by Oak Ridge, a reach in, and a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. 3:06 to play in the ball game. 64-34. The Lady Wildcats will up their record to 14-1. Lady Wildcats will be back in district action coming up on Tuesday as they take on the Campbell County Cougars. Nice game for Reagan Thompson. 30 points in the ball game for Reagan. And a nice banner to go in her room as well as Farragut prepares to work the ball in. It'll be number 11, Katie Cafferty, working it in. There's a shot. It's up good. They score. 3:02 to play in the ball game. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge's Courtney Jones. Jones will walk the ball across the midcourt line. Sets it around a screen by Hazard. Dribbles behind their back to the left elbow. Drives in, kicks it out to Leslie Jenkins, who shoots a three. It's up good. 3-point shot for Leslie Jenkins. And that's her first three, I think, of the year. And the Lady Wildcats lead by 31 points.
Yeah, it was, Dave. They just kicked the ball out to Leslie Jenkins. Leslie, a huge three-point shot for her. Her first career three-pointer as a Lady Wildcat. She's only a sophomore. She has a lot of basketball left in her. Nice three-point shot by Leslie Jenkins. Now 67-36, Lady Wildcat lead.
67-36 to score. Farragut gets a shot blocked away by Armika Booker. Taken away by Oak Ridge's Jasmine Hazard. Hazard will bring the ball down the floor. 2:13 to play in the ball game. 67-36 to score. Courtney Jones still in the ball game along with Armika Booker, Tuesday Keener, Jasmine Hazard, and Leslie Jenkins. Courtney dribbles in. Free throw line. Jumper. Shoot. No good. Rebound to Farragut. Pulling it away, number 23, Jennifer Rutherford, that is. She goes coast to coast with it, puts it in and scores. Farragut scores with 1:50 to play. They trail by 29 points. Oak Ridge on top, 67-38. Here it goes to Jasmine Hazard. Hazard left side, tried to get the ball to Tuesday Keener and threw the ball away.
Yeah, that's right. Jasmine Hazard came to the top of the key for a minute there, just try to set something up for the Lady Wildcats. And then she saw Tuesday Keener wide open on the left wing, try to give her the feed a little bit too hard and behind Tuesday for her to get the ball. Unfortunately, they turned the ball over, but they do have an unsubstantial lead for them with 1:30 left to go in the game. Lady Wildcats have a big lead, and right now they have a lot of the JV players in for the game right now.
Shot is on its way for three. Good. Made good by Abby Cooper, 5'5" sophomore guard, and Oak Ridge's lead is 67-41. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. Here it goes to Leslie Jenkins once again. Quisha McClanahan in the ball game. Quisha works the ball to the midcourt circle, around a screen, works the ball back out, pulls up and shoots. No good. On the rebound, Farragut. Minute 7 to play, 67-41 the score. Down the floor will come the Lady Admirals. Number 11, Katie Cafferty drives in. Shot is good, and a foul is called against Leslie Jenkins. They have an opportunity for a three-point play. A little bit questionable, Brian. I didn't actually see. I was screened a bit by the huge protruding arms of Spencer Goldmeyer getting the lifesavers off the table. Was it a questionable call?
It was, Dave. Leslie Jenkins had set up inside the paint just to set up for the charge against Katie Cafferty. Katie Cafferty just drove down on Leslie as she puts up a free throw, and it is good. 3 points for Cafferty. She just drove down low inside the paint against Leslie, and could have been a charge, could have been a blocking foul, but they called a blocking foul against Leslie.
Foul called against Armika. That'll be team foul number 6 called against Oak Ridge. Down to 53.6 seconds to play in the ball game. 67-44. And Brian, it's ended up being an okay crowd. Good Thursday night crowd. The Wildcats and Admirals. The boys game will follow. Boys game should be good. The Farragut team is outstanding. They've only lost to some of the best basketball teams in East Tennessee, and should be a great ball game.
Yeah, exactly right. Wildcats hopefully come out with a win tonight. They're facing the Admirals, a good boys team from their side. They're 13-3 on the season. Going to be a good game between the Wildcats and Wildcats and the Admirals. Excuse me. Lady Wildcats, though, got off to a slow start in this ball game, but they will increase their record to 14-1 and 5-0 in district play. Lady Admirals will fall to 11-7 and 3-3 in district play. Lady Wildcats right now lead 67-44, 30 seconds left to go. Leslie Jenkins picks up her second personal foul of the ball game, and that sends number 34, Meredith Lindley, to the free throw line. She misses her first, but she will have another one.
67-44 the score. Back to the free throw line will go Meredith Lindley, 5'8" senior. Both tosses missed. Rebound this time Farragut. Looked like an offensive foul. No call. Armika Booker on the rebound for Oak Ridge. Here goes to Tuesday Keener. 23 seconds to play. The Lady Wildcats headed for victory number 14. Here at the Wildcat Arena, they will remain undefeated. As Jasmine Hazard dribbles in, kicks the ball to Tuesday. Tuesday has trouble with it. That's Leslie, that is. Back to Tuesday. Tuesday works the ball around the left side of Jasmine Hazard. 7 seconds. Right side it goes. Pass intended for Leslie Jenkins. Goes out of bounds. With 3.4 seconds, Farragut will get the ball. Oak Ridge on top, 67-44. After a slow start, Brian, the Lady Wildcats coming away with a win.
Yeah, exactly right. Slow start for Lady Wildcats and Lady Admirals at the same time. The ball game is now over. Final score 67-44. Lady Wildcats come out with a victory here against Lady Admirals. Good ball play for them after the second quarter, or after the first quarter. First quarter score was 12-10. Lady Wildcats only had a 2-point lead, just turning the ball over way too many times for them to get anything going on offense. And then Lady Wildcats just kept on pulling off a lead. The second quarter, they had a 14-0 run for them, which gave them a good lead going into halftime, 33-16 halftime score. And Lady Wildcats just kept on building on that lead. And our final score again, 67-44. Lady Wildcats coming out with a big win tonight.
Let's take a break here. Let's send it back to our engineer back to the station, Nick Menifee. The Lady Wildcats. Minute timeout. First time in a while for the ball game.
And this is Brian Leftwood back here at the Wildcat Arena here in Oak Ridge, getting set for the boys varsity ball game tonight. Looking at the real quick, the end of the halftime, or the final game statistics, the Lady Wildcats win 67-44.
Pruden is joining us here. We'll let her take a seat next to me. The girl, yeah, that'd be fine. Head coach of the Lady Wildcats. Coach, it was a kind of a slow start, a sluggish start, and you had kind of said in your practice yesterday was kind of a slow starting practice. But whatever happened in there in the second quarter, fueled by a little bit of defense by Reagan Thompson, started a 14-0 flurry. She ended up with 30 points in the ballgame, but I think it was her defense all of a sudden what got you all jump-started.
Yeah, I tell you, Reagan had a great game tonight. If you just watched her, she was intense and battled the whole night. We talked about closing out the half, something that we haven't done well. Thought we did. We came out, we were sluggish in the first quarter. We missed a lot of easy shots, didn't have a lot of intensity with our defense, but I thought the way we closed out the half was big. And, Reagan just seemed to be at the right place at the right time, whether it was an offensive rebound, a big three. We ran a play to her and she nailed one. I thought she was our most focused player, and hopefully we can feed off that and build from that.
It's a pretty good Farragut team, and it just seemed like funny. Brian and I were kind of commenting how funny it was after watching those Giants in Ohio for the last 3 ball games to see these little guards out here. It almost looked like something was wrong.
Yeah, their guards are small, but their posts are good size. They're 5'9", 5'10", 5'11" inside, and they're physical. We had a little bit of trouble matching up with their physical play. I just didn't think our interior game was as good as it's been. We'll challenge them. We'll work on that. We just looked sluggish tonight. But, the mark of a good team is maybe not play your best and play against somebody who obviously beat you last year, so we knew they'd come in ready to go and, maybe send a message for region. That'd be the next time we'd see them again.
Right, and, I thought at times your defense was as good as ever. One thing I've noticed here, as you get going, as course the year, teams know your press pretty well, but as long as you continue to play hard, it'll still be effective whether you get steals off it or not. Yeah,
and you're exactly right. I think what you don't want to get caught up in is we don't turn them over, we're disappointed. We just want people to have to play baseline to baseline. We want them to get a little bit weary, a little bit leg weary. You notice we went a little bit to a zone, and they had some perimeter shots they couldn't knock down. So you just hope maybe fatigue will set in a little bit. But, it wasn't our best effort, but, you take a 23-point win and you go with it.
Right. You got a district game coming up on Tuesday. No game tomorrow, so I guess you'll be out scouting, I guess?
Yeah, I really wish our next 2 opponents don't play next week either. I got tape on Campbell County. I actually may just spend the night at home watching tape or go watch Alcoa or somebody. But, yeah, we start into our district play, which, as you know, that's the most important. I think Campbell County's a dangerous team. They've got size inside. They've got really good guard play. They got a lot of three-point shooters, so I'm glad we got that game at home.
Coach, good luck in that ball game, and just your final comments on tonight's win.
As I look at the scoreboard and see a 23-point win, you hate to not be satisfied with it. We're not as sharp. We can build on that. I think we're a little weary from our trip. We came in. I think yesterday the kids were tired. I'll be glad when we get back into our regular routine next week, get back into our district play, and I think that'll have a lot of meaning for the kids.
Coach, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Coach Jill Pruden, final score of the ball game. The girls win it 67-44. Brian, want to run down those stats, and then we'll prepare for the boys game.